Hello, my fellow commanders. My name is Eddie Rio, and this is, of course, Elite Dangerous. And we're ebbing closer and closer towards Beta 3. I think we've got 1 week left before that comes out. And I'm just trawling my way through the recent newsletter that we got given. And the peak of the week at the moment is the Orca, which is kind of like a big space bus, I think. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work with ferrying people about, maybe, or perhaps some missions that you can get, or pick up survivors in a place. But that's looked pretty cool. Really nice looking, slim ship. I see the name Orca, it's kind of links to it quite well, and I quite like that. Definitely give it a fly, but kind of space busman isn't really my role within this game, I think, but definitely interesting to see that ship coming in there. Also, as well as that ship, we got to see the new Imperial ship that's coming in from the top. I think the last newsletter we got like a kind of underbelly shot, and they've given us a kind of action shot of the ship, and looks really cool. Definitely can't wait to get in that one. I think that's going to be a really good ship to fly, really nimble, really fast. So that one's definitely going to be interesting to see. Really good graphics there on the shot of it flying through an asteroid belt as well. They're going to be opening up our playable bubble, or the pill as it is at the moment, to a ridiculous cubic light years number, and which is going to contain 2,406 star systems, which is massive compared to what we've got at the moment. So really opening the game up, really testing the game's engines and seeing how it's going to work. And I think, that's going to be the start of being able to get a little bit lost in space there and just end up in some crazy systems. So a few of the sightseeing tours that they kind of mention is we're going to be able to go and see our first Class B star, and there's also going to be 3 Class 5 giant super hot planets with clouds of metallic vapor in their atmospheres, and also 2 rare terrestrial planets with silicate vapor atmosphere. So there's going to be a few spots for us to go and visit, definitely, when Beta 3 hits. Now, this bit made me laugh when I read it. This Beta 3 is going to be about 5 times bigger space than it is in Beta 2 at the moment. So just to show how much extra sort of systems that we're going to be able to go to. And then they've put it that it only still represents over 0.5% of the full game to be launched. So 0.5% of what we're actually going to be getting, which is something like 400 billion star systems. Again, that's just blows your mind, doesn't it? Just going to be able to get lost in there so much. Now, this next image that I'm going to show that was in the newsletter really tickles me. Look at that, top right corner, interdiction tether established. We're going to be able to bring ships out of their FSD. So that's just going to be awesome. So they're going to be traveling through space in their faster than light speed, and we're going to be able to hopefully lock on to them and then somehow bring them out. So with the FSD wake scanner, you'll be able to scan that FSD wake scanner to see where they've gone off to, follow them on their route, and then hopefully bring them out of there and interdiction them. Like the NPC pirates and authority vessels can do to us, we'll be able to do it back to them. That's going to be amazing. I hope they bring that in so that we can attack other commanders and bring other commanders out of their FSD. That's just going to be really cool. Opening up the sort of self-policing and pirating within systems to be able to bring people out of their frameshift drives. So that's going to be really awesome. Definitely going to be trying that out. It really feels like this game is starting to come together now, and all the bits are starting to falling into place, doesn't it? I think now they've got the initial framework of the game in place. They're just chucking content at it now that we're going to be able to enjoy when the game's released, and I just think it's going to be a really exciting game to play, and it's just going to have so much to do and fly around and cruise at a kind of really nice sort of relaxed pace, and then jumping into different missions, doing different things and flying with friends, and it's just got so many good elements to this game that I've been looking for in a game for a long time. So I'm really glad that this has come along and it caught my attention and that I've started to play it. One thing that I think really could be worked on is the mission system at the moment, and I'm sure they've got lots of plans to do it. At the moment, I'm mission stacking between systems to get a few credits together so that when Beta 3 comes out, I can jump straight into a good ship and try mining, because I think word on the grapevine is that you're gonna keep your credits from beta 2 and it's gonna carry over to beta 3, so that's really good. So I won't have to do that initial grind. I'll be able to jump straight in and start trying out these new features, which is what beta is about, I think, to be able to test it and then give your views back to the developers, and hopefully they can help mold the game from there. I think another element that I can see a lot of work to be done on is the navigation system. I think one thing that I really liked about sort of other games is being able to plan your route out and look at the systems that you're going to go to on a big thing. At the moment, if you want to get from one system to another, you have to kind of awkwardly navigate through the map to try and see where you want to go. But it would be nice if you could select two systems and then it kind of gave you a kind of, automated route that you could go along, and then you can go into that route and make some changes. Say, oh, I want to pick up some goods from here and take it to here on the way, and kind of adjust that on the fly as well. So I think the navigations are going to come along and be a lot better as well, and it's going to be good to see that be developed. Now, they did show another shot of the mining, which is taking place here on the image that you can see, and that looks kind of awesome. I think you can also see some bits that are breaking off it with those little white squares, and the white square in the middle of the screen there, which is showing sort of parts of the rock breaking off, and I think that's the bit that you're going to be able to scan and then scoop into your cargo. I think a tractor beam would be a good element to put on your ship, a good module, so that if these things break off, you can then lock onto them and tractor them in rather than sort of fly through in your cargo scoop. Just another little idea, I think, for another module that you could swap for, which could cost a bit more than the cargo scoop, and you could swap it out for that maybe. But yeah, like I said, at the moment I'm just trying to get some credits together so that by the time beta 3 comes out, I've got a nice little bit to splurge some credits on some of these new modules and new ships and the mining modules, and give it a go as soon as it comes out. As you can see, I'm handing in a hell of a lot of missions here from one system to the other, one station to the other, and I think I make almost sort of, I don't know, 100,000 credits off of this, which is something mental there. But it's beta, and I think at the moment it's kind of good to be able to do this so that you can get the credits quickly to try different stuff out. It's like I was trying ship scanning and scanning the different systems and that, and I want to try out different ships, but you don't want to grind really hard to get a load of credits together for it then to be wiped anyway. You want to be able to test those things and let everyone else in the community test that as quickly as possible as well. So I think it's quite good that they're letting the credits carry over. But yeah, I'd love to hear in the comments about what you think about where Elite is going, where you want it to go, and whether they're sort of making good decisions and that. This game's just sort of engulfing me at the moment, and I'm checking Reddit and their website mostly every other day, so I'd love to hear what you guys think about it as well. Till next time, fly safe.